everyone to watch with us. I think we're on now.
Yep, we're live.
I think this will start going live here. Starting stream. Yeah. Okay, there we go. We're live. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties with starting the stream there. The mic wasn't working and I wasn't paying attention because we were talking about video games.
Well, sorry, we were trying to figure out exactly where the line is between undead and infected.
Yeah. As that surprises everyone that me and Dave would be talking about something that nerdy. I'm sure it surprises everyone.
We got a bit carried away.
Yeah. So let's just tweak this a little bit. Welcome everybody to watch with us. I'm here with
Dave.
And of course me, Harry. We're watching the second last episode of season 1, TNG. Star Trek
Almost
TNG.
made it.
Almost there. I think next week we're gonna have a few people in the room.
Excellent.
Yeah, we're gonna have probably Kat. I'm gonna give Redbeard a call.
Oh, they're gonna see him again.
I'd like to get Dan and Kat, but then they had to get a babysitter and blah 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 blah. But I'm also gonna give J Rob.
We're a family-friendly show.
Yeah, bring the baby. But yeah, and I'll give J Rob a call too. So hopefully we'll have a couple people in the room for the last episode of Star Trek. But yeah, I'm actually kind of not looking forward to this because I looked at what episode it was, and it didn't scream out to me as something I would really care too much to watch again. If I was just doing this for fun, and I was just watching the first season of Star Trek, which I usually watch like 4 episodes and then skip right to the second season. What, you watch fucking Farpoint?
Yeah.
And you watch Babel.
I definitely would have skipped that last one.
Yeah, the Yar dying. Yeah, you don't watch that. You go, oh yeah, thank God I don't have to deal with Yar again, and you skip over and just deal with a universe without fucking Yar. And probably nothing else in the first season. Farpoint, Babel. Yeah, I'd probably watch those 3 episodes and then skip right to the second. So I probably don't even remember really what this episode's about, if I'm going to be completely honest here.
Oh, I'm sure I'll remember when I start seeing it.
For some reason, I think it's the episode where Picard ends up in Paris on the holodeck at the end, saying bye to an old girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or something like that, but I have no idea what's going on. I think that's all in the background. That's the subplot, him dealing with like a relationship from a long time ago. Because somebody, maybe she's dead now or something. Or he had a date with her to meet to say goodbye before he got shipped off, but he never showed up.
He stood her up.
Yeah, he stood her up. And then he like fulfills some fantasy of actually going to see her.
But in all honesty, I'm sorry. You get your own starship versus a date?
Well, yeah, I can understand him having more important shit to deal with that day, like when he's getting a new fucking starship or getting shipped out, because he might be just going dancing. I can understand that, but come on, you make a date, you fucking give him a call. This is beyond the point of iPhones. Like he could be like he could immediately hit a button and be like, oh shit, I'm not gonna be able to make it. I love you. I'm sorry we couldn't do this. Blah blah blah. Like at least give her the call. Like you're a douchebag if you stood her up because it's too emotionally hard for you to say goodbye.
But they're giving me a starship.
If I had come, I would have not gone. I wouldn't have been able to say goodbye to you. Bullshit. Fucking say goodbye to the poor bitch. Okay. But again, I don't even know if that's this episode because again, first season, not. There's probably episodes of the first season I only watched once and maybe twice because of this show. Because we're doing the podcast, yeah. Because
of finding their feet. And starting timer.
Now. There we go. 41697.9. Is that September?
I don't know.
What's the 9 mean?
There's a translator. Yeah, is the 0.9 like the day of the month? I don't know.
No.
Was this Riker?
Is this Riker and his dad? No, that's not fencing. That's some weird... What do they call that? When they phaser floating balls?
Oh, yeah. It was... Oh, fuck. They said it was a dangerous game.
Yeah, it's like their version of pod racing.
Yeah.
Oh, could you imagine fencing with the captain of the ship?
It's almost too bad Picard didn't have a sword. Hey, why did Picard use swords against the Borg?
Why didn't they replicate a bunch of 38 specials?
Right? As soon as they fucking found out that pistols work.
Right to the back of the head of every Borg that's shambling down the fucking corridor. It's like the best and worst thing about TNG is the Borg.
Man, I remember like first meeting the Borg and being like, how the fuck are they ever gonna beat that?
Mm-hmm. They were zombies. They were legitimately terrifying, like George Romero slow moving zombies. You can't stop them. They just keep coming. They keep coming. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter how badly you beat them up. They'll just get back up and come at you. And that would have been.
Just get weird.
I would have accepted it as if it would have been a slow progression, like learning zombies' weaknesses. Like halfway through the movie, you're like, oh, headshots. Yeah. Because the people in these movies have never fucking experienced zombies before, so they wouldn't automatically start aiming for the head. Even if you didn't. After the first time you shot a person 5 times in the chest and they didn't go down, you'd aim for their forehead.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you've seen a zombie movie or not. That's the one, like, oh, bullshit, but...
Well, I know where that person's soul lives.
Yeah. The
right
heart.
Between the eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Eventually. I guess the soul doesn't exist in the heart. Aim for that. But if they had slowly ramped up to that, and like you saw like a few Borg instantly go down and never get back up because their neural net was fucking destroyed, and they went, oh shit, yeah, we just have to destroy the brain, and this gets a little easier. But no. You see one Klingon start cutting up a zombie with a sword in a movie well after the show's over, and you're like, well, why didn't you just do that from season 2?
Did he get ripped for this, or do you think they patted him up? Oh, it's young. It's an art fencing.
Yeah, so it does have pads in it. Yeah. So you don't get.
I was like, I don't remember his shoulders being that fucking broad.
I've always had a weird fascination with fencing because it seems so cool, but then you think about it for 2 seconds.
The whitest kids you know.
What about?
Or the Civil War on drugs by the whitest kids.
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
Stabs his dad in the fucking arm.
Yeah. Oh. I'll be fine. But yeah, it seems so cool, but then you think about it, it's like karate. Like, it's one discipline of fighting. That it's not going to work in a street fight when you have to fight for your life. Like, if the other guy is going to be following the rules of combat, then he's not going to fucking punch you in the throat and bite at your cheek when he gets close to you and shit. Like, that karate gets thrown out the window, and fencing, all your fencing skills gets thrown out the window.
I thought that was the weirdest part about, like, the progression of war from World War I to World War II. It was like the slow de-evolution of civil warfare.
Yeah, well...
where people used to stand in a straight line.
I read something that was...
Fire off barrages at each other.
It was a story about Britain, like, knights and bullshit from, like, the 17th century. Whenever the crossbow started coming into effect. The French developed it first.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was... They say it's out of, like, an honor of the fight, or I think it's just stubbornness, because they didn't think of it first, and the French are using it, so they're not. All the British were like, that's not an honorable way to fight. We're not going to use that.
Yeah.
And it's not that, like, individuals said we're not going to use it. They just didn't deploy a fucking single crossbow or regiment or line of guys in the battle with crossbows. So they just got destroyed for, like, 10 years during, like, the War of the Roses or whatever, like, the 100 Years' War. The fucking English just got the shit kicked out of them because these bolts were just flying right through their armor. Like they're
English stubbornry.
Yeah, and you're like, that's not fucking honorable fucking chivalry. That's your guys are fucking idiots. Yeah. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Pride is a fool's castle.
Mm-hmm. And then you're like, yeah, of course World War I makes sense. That's the mentality they were going at. It was like, oh no, there's honor in this. And you're like, no, there's no honor in war.
Yeah.
Like, look at fucking...
War's fucking dumb, you idiots.
Even like Sharp's Company. Like, that was a fictionalized character, and like, but they did a really good job of describing the war as it was fought at the time.
Yeah.
And like, the Irish were so feared because they would grab you by the neck after they fired that...
fucking fighters.
After you both fired your muskets and both missed, they wouldn't just stand there and let you fucking reload that motherfucker. They would run at you and rip your throat out with their teeth. Like, that's how you win a fight. Oh, wait 1 second. I gotta pad this powder down. Give me a second. Get this bullet in here. No, you stay over there. Stay right there.
Yeah. I surely hate you. Surely I hate you. What?
But we're gonna fight this out like men. Yeah. No. You don't hate me enough to live, apparently. Yeah. He's already been in this goddamn fencing uniform too long. You think that was like something he like requested? He's like, this suit sucks. This jumper sucks. Can we start episodes?
He's like the only one that doesn't have to wear it anymore.
No, he's just pressuring the writers to write him into costumes that aren't that jumper.
Where's the shit he was wearing in the play he was in the night before?
Oh. They even do it in Generations. They all show up to the bridge because there's a red alert in those stupid fucking tall shit Navy uniforms from like the 1800s or 1500s. If I was Admiral, I called up a captain, his whole crew is dressed like that, I'd be like, what if there was like a first contact situation right now? Like, if this call wasn't the Admiral, this was a bunch of aliens we'd never met before, and they saw you like that? Like, yeah. Screw your head off.
I'm sorry, but I can't hear you over the sound of my piper.
Yeah.
Wesley.
Give that a break for a second. Admiral's trying to talk.
Sorry, Admiral, what was that? Naval tradition, you know. I wonder what's like reading fucking Picard's mind for Troy. She's probably like, he's the only fucking human on this boat that fucking thinks
well,
like...
she can't read minds, right?
Well,
the only mind she can read is Riker because they were intimate. Because of the fucking...
Yeah, but she can read emotions and shit, right?
Exactly, that's it.
Yeah.
And she can communicate with other psychics.
So she's probably like pretty like... I don't know. I wonder if Picard does have some level of fucking like psi resistance.
Which...
Just because of mental discipline.
They've never really... I would give it to Riker more. Because he was intimate with she would have taught him ways to like block.
Yeah, but he's so
shit.
Emotional that like he couldn't be able to mask it. Picard
right, correct.
Picard's like, you can't fucking read him.
If you gave him the same training, Picard would fucking be able to master that shit. Yeah. Definitely. But they never really utilized that. In the first episode, they established that Riker and Diana can communicate telepathically, back and forth.
What?
Yes. She says something when they introduce each other for the first time.
Yeah.
When Picard says, "You guys have worked together before. I like my crew being familiar with each other," and she says she calls him by his Beta Z name, the pet name, the Izadi, or whatever, and she says, "Do you remember my name for you, Izadi?" Or something like that, and he goes, "Yes, I do," and they never bring it up again. How many times does the communication go out the ship and Riker and Diana are separated? Riker's on the ship, Diana's down there. Diana's on the ship and Riker's fucked and down on the ship out of communicado. Picard just turned to her and go, "Hey, can you do that little fuck buddy thing you guys have, like fucking connection, and like get a message to Riker for me?"
She's like Morse codes her fucking pussy.
Yeah. Why do you think they call it the button? Like
He's like, hold on a second. I feel something in the pants.
In my pants. That's Diana trying to get a hold of me.
Worf's just sitting there fucking fuming.
Yeah, they
That's
definitely...
cool. You get to see Paris for fucking all modernized.
I love how in the movies, they're just like, yeah, we're not having a black guy be together with a white woman on a mainstream movie. So that whole last season of setting up a relationship with Worf and Diana never happened.
Yeah.
Bam. Like
I
Riker
totally
and him.
forgot about that, actually. They did that.
Yeah, same thing with DS9.
Well, I also like don't count the movies as things.
DS9 never brings it up. All of a sudden, Worf is just like on the ship.
Gone.
No, they bring him because they're on shore leave as they're waiting for the Enterprise E to be made.
Like, obviously it didn't work out.
Well, like, why? Why not? They never bring it up.
Yeah.
They were having a great relationship. They were going together fine. It's been less than a year since the Enterprise has been destroyed, and he's getting reassigned to DS9.
I would write the story as he got bored.
They immediately...
She's a fucking pussy.
Yeah, but they don't... They never bring it up. But before they even bring up his relationship status, they immediately start a love story between him and Dax. They just completely ignore it because... And then before they... After they get married, and they have this whole interrelation... Because... That's the allegory, right? That they're going for, because Star Trek does this. Like, it's really a Klingon Beta Z marriage, so it's racially but it's an allegory for a black guy marrying a white woman.
Well, I think the show
that's what they're trying to
far away from that.
That's what they're trying to sneak past it. They don't realize that because to them, Worf is a Klingon. He's not a black guy. But to the rest of the fucking world, all Klingons are black people.
No,
right?
See, I figured he got bored.
They can't be that stupid. They can't be that stupid. That's what they're going for. They're trying to, like, they've always been this show that tries to have social commentary, and that's their social commentary.
Well,
is
what if
always
Riker gets
taboo.
promotion and she fucking is more attracted to that?
Well, he doesn't. No, Worf gets promotion. He gets promoted up to the level of Riker.
Yeah, but Riker will be promoted even further up than that.
Never, not until Nemesis. I'm talking about they kibosh Worf's relationship before Generations.
Okay.
Off screen, Diana and him break up, and they never bring it up ever again after the final episode of TNG.
That one night with the
They don't-
Klingon pain sticks was a bit too much.
Apparently, and like nobody ever talks about it because in my mind they're together in Generations. They're on the ship still, so they're having a relationship. The last time we saw them, they were in housecoats in the hallway with Picard, having going in to fuck in their bedroom, in their quarters, their shared quarters, and that's the last time they ever bring it up.
So why'd you break up? Troy rolls in a wheelchair. Ooh.
But what I was gonna get at is they're
an
afraid.
accident.
The movies are afraid to have a interspecies / interracial relationship because that's the allegory.
Yeah.
They're showing an interspecies relationship, but the allegory in our terms is a black person.
Yeah, well, that's like
marrying
the
a white
90s,
person.
though. That's like the late 90s.
Yes. So
Who give a shit at that point?
everybody
It wasn't
when
the
do you
60s
see that?
anymore.
You never even see Will Smith and what's his name, Denzel Washington getting shit to this day
Really?
in movies. They
Oh.
never watch a movie when Denzel Washington's in it and it's a white woman as the protagonist. They won't even kiss. Or
No.
not? Sorry, not a protagonist. You know, there's always the woman that like. And if it was a white guy in the movie, they'd be kissing. If it was Bruce Willis at the end of the movie, they'd be kissing and holding
No,
each
it's
other.
a
hand.
black dude.
But if it's Denzel Washington, they don't kiss because Hollywood is afraid of that shit.
Jesus.
But Star Trek isn't. The movies are. Because they just stop it and fucking don't even bring it up again. But as soon as Worf gets on the set of DS9, they're like, get that white woman over to Worf! Get Dax over to her! And they get married and da-da-da.
Oh, yeah. That makes
But of
sense.
course, because this is an allegory for the real world, there's consequences for interracial relationship.
Yeah.
And the second she marries Dax, they kill her off. Because those black men can't have our white women.
To this day.
It's weird though. That had to have been a conversation they had when they were writing Generations. Like we have to have a scene with Dax and Worf
Yeah,
and
but
Worf.
that's
Worf
my
and-
argument against the movies is that they fucking... That shit's so far removed. Like,
so far removed. You're
like,
right. Yeah.
the fucking writers wouldn't even know what was canon.
Mhm.
They would just be like, that's Star Trek-y.
Yeah. Like
Like,
every plot.
That's
hole,
why I don't count movies as anything Star Trek.
Every
aside from,
plot
like,
hole in Generations can be attributed to the writers of that movie not remembering or not watching a certain episode of Star Trek. Don't even get me started on that goddamn emotions chip. Picard or Data has been studying human emotion for fucking 50 years probably.
He would at least be able to replicate it.
Well,
Or imitate it, sorry.
he does that. He actually says he doesn't want to imitate it
Yeah.
because that freaks people out.
Yeah.
Because they know I'm imitating it because I've already told them I don't have a emotions
Yeah.
chip. Or when they go, oh, you're so lifelike, and I say, oh no, I'm just imitating. This is all programmed.
It would've been
It freaks them
cool.
out.
Oh, you know what was wasted? They should have had Barclay, or they... What was that? Beta Z from Voyager, fucking, who was the psychopath killer?
Oh,
They
the
should have
best
had
character actor ever.
They should have had him and fucking
It begins with
Data.
an M.
And him and Data in a room together would be so cool because Data would be like, I don't have emotions, and the Beta Z guy would be like, I don't really get him either.
I'm
You know what I mean?
I'm not a fan of praising Voyager, but I would put that two-parter, maybe three-parter with that crazy murderer
that's one of
as
the few ones
some
that's-
of the best
Yeah.
Trek ever.
Yeah.
When he's like, I was so pissed off when he sacrificed himself to save whoever.
Yeah.
Because
You wouldn't!
well, no, it was because they had redeemed him.
Yeah.
They showed this progression of him being a crazy murderer and then him like learning his lesson and getting trained. In the second episode, he was being trained
He has to learn empathy.
yeah, and he goes through
He
this
doesn't
arc,
have it.
and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, he actually sacrificed because he has emotions now
Yeah.
and he knows this is the right thing to do. But you're right, I'm so pissed off because they got rid of one of the best characters in Voyager, in my opinion. And having a crazy murderer trapped on your ship that you can't get rid of in 70 years, you can't just drop him off on a planet. You have to keep him in the brig. If he gets out, there's a power outage. He's gonna go on a stabby rampage. Like, that's a great element to throw into that show.
Or you get like, or you flip your, what do you call it when you get an intruder alert? When you get boarded, fucking, You reverse your protocol.
You lock everybody in the rooms and let him out.
Like that DS9
Go at her.
That DS9 voicer when they go to Empok Nor and they have the fucking soldiers in the stasis cell on drugs ready to go when anybody.
Oh yeah,
shows up.
the Cardassians. Yeah.
Oh, that was a brilliant plan. Yeah, this is a lame ass fucking episode.
Yeah, I'm still not.
Well, this is the professor who was working on the fucking time stuff. Blah blah blah.
This isn't the girl that he hung up on though.
Well, it's her and the professor, right? Except the rest of their crew is mysteriously dead.
This guy.
We were traveling dimensions. We were fucking with time, and apparently it wasn't a good idea. Kel is surprise.
Oh wait, you were secretly screwing around with time and everyone died? I'm pretty sure that's in like subsection 4 of the Prime Directive there.
Picard's like, let me show you my book collection with the section dedicated specifically to that.
This guy that you're talking about, the murderer in Voyager, he's in Babylon 5.
Yeah. He does a bunch of sci-fi stuff.
He's like one of my favorite character actors. He's
in a western. He's in a western too.
Oh yeah, I guarantee he's probably in Tombstone or
no, like Deadwood
Wyatt
or something.
Oh, he's the Doctor.
Yeah, he's the Doctor.
He's the Doctor in Deadwood. Yeah.
Yeah, he got a big role in that. That was a good one.
That was probably one of his biggest. Yeah.
I like those actors that really pick their roles.
Yeah, who read the entire script and just like they've been in the business for so long that they can tell. They're like, oh yeah, this is a good one for me.
Yeah, not just following the fucking money.
Exactly. And it's almost they don't care about the money because they can't be as rich as some people.
Or like, if they're like, well, the director's just gonna try to make me be someone else. It's not me. You cast me, you get me. Uh-oh, did you just say Picard he couldn't do something? Did you tell Picard he couldn't do something? That is a terrible fucking suit.
I'm looking up all these pictures about Voyager and I'm clicking in crew and I'm getting all the crew members that died in the first episode that I completely forgot about. I'm like, oh yeah, there was a first officer and a doctor and a weapons officer.
Promotions all around, you know?
They had to kill so many people in that first episode just to get Tuvok and the Maquis on there.
I wonder how long Crusher's been studying that DNA strand on her wall for.
The one they painted there the first episode and left
7
off.
years. 70 years. So Beverly, did you crack the code yet?
You mapped that last section that we probably mapped 50 years ago.
Whoops. That's awesome. Oh, time glitches. You know what'd be weird though? Speaking as a generation that plays video games that lag and fuck up and stuff, like you get weird time things. A weird time event now would just be like, oh, this is like in a game. Except you'd have no means to remediate it.
Okay, his name is Lon Suter in the show.
Yeah, Anson Suter.
Anson Suter.
He was cool. Like, come on, guys. This is at least fucking cause for an investigation, like, right now. A whole laboratory's been destroyed and everybody's been killed. Where's the fucking murder charges?
Yeah.
Or negligence?
Brad Dorff.
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah. Dwarf?
No, Dorff.
Dorff? Worf? Dorff?
It would have been fucked up for him to be a murderer too, being Beta Z. Because he would, like, feel their emotions.
Yeah, I think that was the whole creepy vibe of him.
Yeah.
Like, that's why he was... Because that's why he enjoyed it. Because he
yeah,
felt
it's
their emotions
creepier
as
than a
they
human
died.
killer.
Yeah, totally.
Because he really gets the, like, feel of the murder.
Oh, and he
level.
was Chucky! I forgot.
He
That's
was
why
Chucky?
I love him. He's the murderer in the first Child's Play that turns into Chucky.
Oh, yeah,
and then
that's
he voices most of them, assuming. Because he's Child's
that
Play.
must have been his fucking paycheck for a while.
He comes back for Curse of Chucky, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Child's Play 2. Yeah, he's the voice of Chucky. In almost every one that I can see. He's one of the patients in One Flow Over the
Really?
Cuckoo's Nest,
Times fucking you guys decide to use the transporter is a good idea?
Oh my god, he's Wormtongue.
Wormtongue.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I was trying to think of stuff he's been in to type in to get his real name, and I didn't think of any of these. Mississippi Burning. Oh, is he in the wheelchair in Alien Resurrection? No, he's the scientist that is the bad guy. The bad guy in Alien Resurrection.
We should send a message, be like, you're cool.
Yeah. Oh, and he's the Mentat in Dune.
Yes.
The original Dune. Yeah. That's why I like him so much. He's in Dune.
It's just intrinsic.
There's all kinds of shit I've never heard of. Death Machine, Color of Night, Touching Home, Priest. Ugh. One of the Wayans brothers did a movie with David Spade in '98 called Senseless. I don't know who's hitting the bottom of the barrel there. David Spade or the Wayne brother?
Yeah.
I like David Spade, but Jesus.
David Spade's, like... He's probably better as a writer than as a fucking...
He will never be pushed off the pedestal I put him on for making fun of Eddie Murphy. The falling star joke. Did you ever see that YouTube video? He was one of the first guys to do a Weekend Update.
Yeah.
He was like the second to third Weekend Update guy. And he mentions something. There was like Halley's Comet or something. That thing about when everyone killed themselves in the 80s.
Okay,
a cult group that said that Halley's Comet or something was coming to pick him up.
Going to pick him up, yeah.
And that was the joke.
There's a spaceship riding in his tail.
He's telling a joke about that story. And he goes, speaking of falling stars, and then Eddie Murphy's picture comes up and he starts talking about Eddie Murphy.
So good.
And apparently that's the reason Eddie Murphy never went back on SNL.
Fucking fine by me.
Yeah, and I'm like, I hate Eddie Murphy for that, and I love David Spade for doing that. That is so funny.
Yeah, they had a thing about David Spade talking about how Chris Farley wasn't a good writer. He was he was just a character guy, and so David Spade had to write and all that stuff.
But then I was always under the impression that when he wasn't crazy on coke, he had good ideas, but he literally couldn't write. He had trouble, like dyslexia.
Yeah.
So like as a writer, having David Spade in the room was genius. But if you left David Spade, as a writer, having Chris Foley in the room, is that his name? Chris Farley in the room was amazing because he would pitch you ideas and you'd be able to write and you'd pitch them back and he'd bounce them off you and stuff. But if you put him in a room by himself, he'd come up with like gibberish.
Yeah.
Because he didn't write well and he couldn't sit down still for 2 seconds to actually write anything.
Yeah.
That's not being a bad writer. That's not being able to write.
Yeah, can't lose what you never had, right?
But I can understand him saying that, like David Spade being like that. That's not a fun. Technically, you're doing all the writing.
Yeah.
If he's just fucking bouncing off the room, snorting lines of cocaine as you're doing the work of typing this shit down.
Yeah.
Then it's your work, like.
Because everybody else has to have the balance of I have to write the skits and fucking do them,
and then have the wherewithal to be able to know my body temp, my body presence, my all that shit. Like it goes. There's a lot of
Belushi versus an Aykroyd, maybe.
Yes, exactly. There's a lot of spatial intelligence and like weird straight up intelligence that you need to be able to do physically. You need to be able to like picture your outer body self and like what the audience is seeing, and then be able to do that and replicate what you see in your head and what you're seeing. Like, it's beyond me.
Because if you're too much of a writer, then you end up not moving. Acting,
yeah, you know when to pause and when to put the punchline and when comedic timing. You don't know down pat, but you're standing there like a statue.
Yeah.
Which is why stand up works so well. Like Sasso, like he was like our generation's Farley, yeah. Like he's a great physical comedy guy.
Yeah.
Like that's the only reason that I give the Three Stooges a pass, was because the modern day version.
Oh, he was on the new one? Yeah.
He was Curly, or the fat one, whatever the fat one is. Mo. Who is it called? Larry, Curly, and Mo?
Yeah. And
Curly's the bald one, because that's the joke.
Yeah.
Larry's the one with the curly hair, and Mo's the leader. Like, I remember watching those as a kid, because in the 80s you could just put on a horrible slapstick violent comedy like a black and white Three Stooges and just be like, yeah, the kid will enjoy that. Yeah. Imagine a parent in 2016 putting on a 1963 full-length movie for a kid.
Violence.
Oh yeah, it'd be like
violence.
it'd be like a parent putting in front of their kid in front of a legitimate 30-minute Itchy and Scratchy cartoon.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as this is over, I'm looking up and seeing if somebody has done a supercut of Itchy and Scratchy, so I can watch every Itchy and Scratchy cartoon that have aired on Simpsons back to back without any of the Simpsons interrupting it.
Oh, she's fucking prying. She's fucking prying him for why the fuck he stood her up.
Oh, okay, so this is the girl he stood up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what he's saying. He's like, if I had seen you, I probably wouldn't have. I would have stayed, and I would have not taken the mission.
And I wouldn't have this fucking starship.
The city in space that I fly around from planet to planet.
You are living in my penis right now, along with 1,000 other people.
Yeah. Fucking convertible fucking Ferrari that sits 1,000
with the ability to destroy a planet.
The ultimate fucking, what do you call it, midlife crisis mobile.
I want a midlife crisis. Fucking right, he's not regretting it.
Oh, are you kidding me? I'm the laziest person on the planet, maybe in history. And if I got the choice between sitting on Earth with a woman or being the command of a starship, I'm taking command of the starship. Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure once you have the starship, women will follow.
Starship? What is it? Power, starship, bitches, money? What does Scarface say?
We call our own version.
Yeah. Oh, God. Even the shitty episodes that look awesome.
Yeah.
We should talk, because we always talk about fucking how this remastered looks so beautiful. Some genius on YouTube, Dave found, fucking has started doing like 30-second clips of the space battles in DS9 and remastering them HD, and it is ball-drainingly awesome. Like,
yeah, just YouTube DS9 HD2 and HD3.
They're just awesome.
It's too bad they're only like 15, 20-second clips.
Oh, it's beautiful though.
It's too bad CBS Paramount couldn't just hire that guy and have him train up other people.
Well, everything comes out with a box set of DVDs and Blu-rays now. I don't understand why they don't just make a box set and just say,
it's prohibitively expensive, they say.
That's bullshit. They're cheap.
I guess that would be the counter argument.
And if they just get off their hands and accept the fact that it's 2016 and offer Amazon downloads of DVDs,
yeah,
just do it. Nobody wants a physical copy of anything. Nobody has the shelf space. Right?
They're selling these box sets for like $160.
Well, if I want to buy all
$60 to $80 a season.
Well, money isn't even a factor. First of all, it's a good point. Who can afford to buy complete series of all the shows they watched as a kid and have them all? Nobody can do that. And if you can, then you're not listening to this. But who has the space? Like, it's a good fucking 3/4 of a meter to take up the DVD space for 8 seasons of a show. Like, that, I could have all the Star Treks and that would be all my shelf space gone. Yeah. If I had TOS, TNG, all those box sets, I'd take up at least 3 of those shelves on my fucking shelf. On my bookcase. And who wants that fucking hassle?
And what pisses me off to no end is even if somebody were to undertake the labor of doing it, they would fucking sue them. They would get fucking sued.
Yeah. Or their YouTube's channel would get copyright infringement, and you'd be like, "Well, you're not offering this. This guy is offering this for us to watch. And he's not even watching the actors play. It's
he
just
did it for free."
And like you were saying, he completely made it from scratch, right?
Yeah. It's not remastered.
He didn't take the original copy, the DVD, and then clean it up.
It's done on Unreal 4.
So could they even get him? They could get him for like stealing their intellectual property.
Like what it looks like, I guess. Yeah. And what it says on them?
They'd have those designs trademarked.
Yeah.
But there's not like they have to pay royalties to the actors. It would just be like the original guys that made that. He's ripping off because
his argument would be like, I didn't take all the work of your modeling guys and touch it up. I fucking redrew this on my computer.
But I mean,
frame by frame.
That would be equivalent to George Lucas suing that kid who remade Empire Strikes Back on remade Raiders on like a VHS in '83.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like the VHS recorder with like the wagons being pulled. Like the quality is there, but it's the same spirit.
Yeah.
Like some guy did on his own in his own free time. He's not charging for people to watch this, and you sue him.
I'm not sure how much of a defense spirit is in the law.
It's no defense, but it still makes a clear good guy and a bad guy.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that the good guy isn't breaking the law and doesn't. Here's
the weird part. See how the panels in the back are shiny, like the Enterprise A.
Oh yeah.
And the sidewalls are fucking flat gray.
It's like they're using sets from the movies.
Yeah.
From 6 and 5.
Yeah.
Because they do use sets from 6 in 6.
Yeah, because what I wanted to see would be the Stargazer ones, but like, or the Enterprise C ones, but like it would be the shiny panels.
Yeah. But like
polished metal panels.
When they're having the Excelsior Enterprise Klingon Warbird fight at the end of Undiscovered Country, which we need to watch. I haven't watched that all the way through. I just watched the Plinkett review or whatever. And I'm like, all right, I'm good. But I haven't actually sat down and watched any of the original movies in a while, which we have to do. But when they're having that battle and they're trying to reset the torpedo to detect the exhaust pipe.
Yes, that's right.
It has to have an exhaust pipe, right? Yeah, thanks, fucking Scotty.
Yeah.
They keep on flashing to I think it's either the Excelsior or the Enterprise's engineering room, and it's TNG. It's the Enterprise D's engineering room that they've like placed people to like block all the TNG's insignias.
Yeah. Don't look at anything. Don't look at anything.
Yeah, just look at the people in this room.
We don't give a fuck. It's really dangerous. Send the droid.
I would so be a Bones. I would not trust transporters at all.
Right.
If Data started moving there before he completely materialized, I'd be like a statue. I'd be like, I can't move a molecule or it's going to end up in the wrong place.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, I'd be standing there for a good minute after they're like, you can move now.
This is supposed to be a research station. Why the fuck
What kind of security does this thing have?
I know she mentioned that it was like fucking secure before.
Yeah, but this isn't a Federation built facility, is it?
Yeah, this is just some scientist guys.
No, but this is an alien facility they've discovered and they're researching.
Oh, okay.
A Federation
no,
facility.
I thought this was a fucking...
Federation facility would not have security like that.
See, that's
no
that was
fucking
why
way.
I was pissed. Oh, I'm starting to remember this.
Does he get taken over by something, or
no? The 3 datas have to work together to fucking
because the time thing.
Yeah.
Because time is like.
And because they're androids, they can figure it out. They can actually work together.
Again,
be like, oh, this is a time paradox, and we just have to do this. Okay.
I don't understand why I love time travel stories so much because they never do them right.
Yeah.
Like it's like that stupid one with the writer from the 1800s, the snake cane.
Yeah.
What's his name? Mark Twain.
Mark Twain, yeah.
You're like Picard goes back and has a conversation with Mark Twain.
Yeah, fuck
like,
you.
That is I can't. There's no jerk off motion big enough for what I want to give for that.
I should find out if that was Rick Berman or whoever the fuck. And
God.
If I ever run into him in real life, give him a slap across the face for that one.
And you're telling me that Mark Twain isn't a little bit racist?
Oh,
like
yeah.
He's gonna be
the conversation we were talking about dads from the 70s.
Yeah,
and their grandparents. Never mind the 19th century.
How many conversations does Mark Twain have with Whoopi Goldberg or Guinan or whatever? And there's never any mention of race ever. There's never some awkward moment where Picard has to go, whoa. We progress beyond that.
Because she would say anything and people were like, why the fuck did you just speak to me?
They never bring it up.
Yeah.
Like, Mark Twain has got to be what, 1800s? Late 1800s, right?
Yeah.
Mid 1800s?
Yeah, just about Western times.
After Civil War. 65 was the Civil War, so he's after that.
Yeah, he's in the 18s, for sure.
People from his area and his skin color were so racist in the 1900s. Like,
even the tolerant ones.
I use the defense that
even the tolerant ones saw them as the other.
I hate that argument too about slavery is like, oh, the times, blah blah, was 100 years ago. Spartacus was 2,000 fucking years ago. People knew slavery was wrong when Jesus was around.
Yeah.
Like, that is not an excuse of, it was 100 years ago, it was 200 years ago, it was 400 years ago, that was the way people acted. No. People knew this shit was wrong even 400 years ago. I'm even saying that, Mark Twain would have some shit to say that they couldn't put on television. He would, just the way he talked would not fucking fly. Like, they would, Picard or Riker would have been like, dude, that's not cool.
See, they figured it out. If that would have been
and he was actually talking to his past and future self.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
So stupid.
Because if that was a human, the other two would have argued, no, I'm the real one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to disappear in 5 seconds.
Who has to go first? I'm the real one.
Because the android understands that the other two, I'm not real, but it won't matter.
It's almost like they're like testing the waters and practicing for what's it called? I'm gonna screw up the name. All Good Things.
Oh yeah.
All Good Things is one of the best time travel episodes in any series ever. Like, the way they accomplish that in, albeit 2 hours, they can't do it in one episode. They have to stretch it out to 2. You couldn't cram that all into one episode. But in that 2-hour episode is by far, like, way better than the time ship.
Yeah.
Like, the time ship is one of my favorite episodes of Voyager and of Star Trek.
But it was a real simple story.
And the only reason it's my favorite is because Janeway kamikazes at the end.
Yeah.
And I love watching Janeway die.
Yes. It's the only thing Janeway can do right.
Yes, and she dies well. Like, she can act the fuck out of a death scene.
Yeah.
What's her name? Quinn. Dr. Quinn, medicine woman, can
stands with a fist.
Stands with a fist, yeah. What is that? Is that the wolf?
Yeah,
with wolves?
Wolves, yeah.
But yeah, she can act the fuck out of a death scene. Even the last episode, when she commits genocide, in my opinion, and kills all the Borg, she is lying there, dying, taunting the Borg queen, and just rips into her, and as she's dying, her last breath, she's just laughing, and the ship blows up. You're just like, yes! What a great way for Janeway to go.
She wouldn't have been happy any other way.
No.
Living old age, I don't see Janeway doing that. I see Janeway with a fucking shotgun under her chin, fucking like
in her admiral's uniform. She makes sense for an admiral because the second she'd get back and give her a report of what she did,
I'm done.
She would be like, okay, so what's my next assignment? They'd be like, oh, no. You're an admiral and behind a desk for the rest of your career. Yeah. You're never getting a starship ever again. Are you kidding me? Yeah. How many races did you destroy?
That's where the phaser rifle goes under the chin.
Yeah. There's at least 6 times in your first year of your mission that you should have died, and the right thing to do was have your ship go down. We've had many captains go down with their ship for less than what you did. For less than what you came up with. That is some incredible side boob for Star Trek in the 90s. The only part of her body that is exposed is her side boob. She's completely covered other than her neck and her hands. Except they're like, let's just cut this out of here so we can see your side boob.
See, you arrogant fucking cunt. How he relived your stupid fucking...
See,
what you tried to use against him over and over again.
No. He's recreated this just for her. Right now. I'm actually...
Yeah, but he's making her eat her own fucking...
No. See, this is... At the beginning, I was thinking that he did this in a hologram because she died and he wanted to have his piece with her. But he's actually bringing in here and recreating the meal that they should have had. This is a shitty move by him. He should apologize. He shouldn't recreate this and give her the moment. Her husband's dead. Like, are you kidding me? Your husband just died and you're like, oh, I'm gonna fulfill your fantasy of the relationship we had.
You're just gonna let good pussy go cold?
I think the right thing for Picard to do is let this good pussy go cold. Yes. Holy shit.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, man, this fucking arrogant bitch, he's been fucking going to this holodeck program every now and then.
No. He hasn't thought of her for 30 years until this day. And he's like, oh yeah, I was a dickhead. That was a shitty thing to do.
He was just here already before.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the episode. He's been going to this thing, like, randomly over the years. This has been one of his regrets.
Okay, still.
And she fucking tried to use it on him, like, blah, blah, you fucking stood me up, and blah, blah, blah.
You're completely wrong, Dave. She's in the right. He fucked her, and instead of writing her a letter and apologizing, or, like, let's...
I'm not saying he's
get back together. Yeah, but I mean, so what that he's been fucking reliving this experience? Like, he never called her. Like, give her a fucking call. Like, I don't care if he's been torturing himself for 30 years. He should be torturing himself for 30 years. He was a dick.
Yeah, but both of us would have chosen the starship, so neither of us can say anything.
Yes, but I would have chosen the starship, and I wouldn't have left her hanging like that. Yeah. I've been left hanging like that. It is not a good feeling. And it wouldn't have made me feel better to know that girl regretted it for 30 years. Text me, bitch. Like, say something. Like... Oh, it's so pretty looking. And why aren't the impulse engines on? Oh, the back one is, I guess.
Yeah, just the sauce section is turned off, apparently. There we have it.
Oh, God. Why does Guinan get a center shot in there?
Ooh, this episode's... I'm not saying it.
No, it's...
That's crazy that this is 87.
This is a love-hate relationship for me. Because it's like the establishment of all the admirals in Starfleet are goddamn morons. And, like, the only people you can trust is captains, and even they are morons.
Humanity never solved the problem of failing upwards.
Yeah, exactly. It's just... every captain that fucks up becomes an admiral, essentially. And the captains that don't fuck up stay captains. And it's, like, the weirdest way to run your organization at all. Like, and, like, they haven't really broken that yet. Like, we haven't seen any admirals up to this point, right? We've seen other captains.
Yeah, I think it's the first
time.
Oh,
no. Because we know the admiral that is in the next episode. We've seen him already, right?
Yeah, with Zlaki.
Yeah, we've seen... Because they have that whole... We have to... That was weird.
Whatever.
Yeah. The credits just turned into another language. But thank you, Dave, for joining me again, and thanks everyone for joining us. And where we go. You guys have a good one.